It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
And hello, my name is Chip Chipperton, and welcome to another edition of 64 Minutes. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Chet Cheddarton, and we are broadcasting live from the top of the smallest building in Cleveland, Ohio.
The absolute smallest building on the very top.
Chip, I want to throw it to you for just 1 second here. We have an interesting matter of fact of things going on today. Earlier today, we just heard that a gentleman by the name of Orenthal James Simpson is on the run. What do you think about that?
You know, I have no idea what to think, but it seems that he is very much on the run.
That's we'll cut back to it if that's any kind of news. I don't think it is. Our show will be better than watching that kind of shit.
Yep.
Anyways. Welcome back here, guys. Tomorrow morning, don't forget to tune in at 8 o'clock. We will be watching ladies badminton. And we all know those Lady Tiger Cubs are coming back for those Green Dragons any day now. They're up 2-4. And we're going to check in on that final option here. We're going to go ahead and check in with our other co-host here. We have, we're going to throw it to you, Bill Billinson. Bill Billinson, how's it going over there for the women's badminton competition?
Bill Billinson over here. It's hard to really focus. It's really windy from the booty clapping.
Bill, I got to ask you.
What?
Are the shuttlecocks flying?
They're flying real high, they're flying real low, and the booty cheeks are clapping real hard.
Thanks, Bill. We'll come back and check in on you later. Chip, what you got to say about that?
You know, I have to say that he is a force of nature. He is going straight into the center of the storm. Yeah, Bill.
We're supposed to talk about the athletes.
Oh, the athletes themselves, fantastic women.
Yeah.
They're quadriceps that are larger than life.
Larger than yours, that's for sure, Chip.
That's for sure.
We're going to throw it back to our other anchor here. We have Sam Salmonson. Sam Salmonson's testing out the salmon sales. They're going to see what's going on over at the salmon fish market at the public market over here in Portland, Oregon. Sam, what do you got to say?
Well, the fish is really good here. It smells.
Excellent, Sam. Sam's he's on layaway from the BBC network. He's on layaway from them, from whatever French shit they got over there. Nobody really seems to like him. He's on his last day as an intern for us.
Yeah, it was nice knowing you, Sam.
We'll get you out of here any day now here, buddy. We had something crazy happen and we want to apologize. Last week in the booth, I made the mistake of saying that we didn't belong in World War II, and I didn't understand what I was saying. So
that was a heavy statement.
I would like to take a moment and apologize. I recently went to a museum. I did not pay because it was donations only, and I don't believe in donations unless it's for my church. And that's Dale Davidson out for you.
Cut to Charles's life at home. Honey, if you lose this job, we're gonna go broke and hungry.
Babe, I can't afford to lose that job. That character is so big, they're gonna love it.
Yeah, if you're gonna be losing your job as an anchor, hopefully you'll get picked up as a comedian.
My thinking is I'll do the Stephen Colbert thing, where people won't understand that it's a joke, and they'll think it's real, and then they'll give me a late night show.
You want to get a late night show?
Well, no, but it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I don't understand why you're going out with such heavy statements like we didn't belong in World War II.
Because you can't stir a pot without a spoon, babe. Also, I got new teeth. How do these look for my new character?
They're going to change the way that you speak.
Well, I already talk like this.
Cut to the next day at work. Hi, Chip Chipperson here. Back with 64 Minutes. I'm here with my co-host.
Charleston?
Yes. Charles, it seems like you've done something different with your look.
No. I had a haircut.
I'm not too sure. It seems like your hair is the same length.
It was a fucking haircut.
Cut to after the airing. Charles.
Hey man,
we gotta.
You can't mention the bits on air.
Dude. I mean, I'm sorry, but it was heavily distracting.
Hey,
if I weren't to point it out, the rest of America would point it out.
Just don't point it out.
Okay. I'm sorry, but it's not my call.
Who's it coming from then? Is this coming from up top?
Bring, 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 bring.
What the fuck is that noise?
Bring, bring,
Is there a
bring.
bird in
bring,
here?
Bring, bring.
Oh, shit, it's a cell phone. Oh, hang on a
Bring,
second.
bring, bring. Bring, bring, bring.
Oh, this is my work phone. Hang on. Hello, Charles in here.
Charles in my office, please.
Oh, shit.
Cut to the office of his manager, of his boss.
Hey, Teddy.
Take those silly fucking chompers off.
Teddy,
Our numbers have dropped drastically ever since you said we shouldn't be in World War II.
I thought that would get numbers up. People would be so shocked at what I was saying that they would come and see.
We're supposed to be a non-biased news station, and here you are throwing around political statements.
This is Fox News, sir.
Yes, and we're trying to change the direction. We're trying to change the direction. Left, right, nope. We're in neither of those positions.
We don't make any choices, is what you're telling me?
Yes, we're trying to be as safe here as possible. Now get those fucking chompers out of here and pack up your bags.
Am I fired, or do I just have to get my bags out of here?
You're fired.
Cut to his dinner with his wife.
So how was work, hon?
Don't talk to me about work! Scene. Welcome.
Hey, welcome to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. That's
We have
gonna
a
be
name now, guys.
Yeah, we got a name. I know on the last episode we said that we'd let you decide,
And we did.
but also that's just too much power.
We don't trust you people.
No, we don't trust you. Humans are scum.
Vile creatures.
Scum.
Vile.
I wish the world was just full of dogs.
You know how you... I don't. That'd be worse. You
What?
know- that would be way worse.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What dogs? They act off
Dogs
of
fuck
instinct
their, children.
because
male
they're just
dog
trying to
will fuck its
reproduce.
daughter.
They don't know
It's
it's
gross.
incestuous. They're just like,
Not only that, a big dog will fuck a little dog.
yeah.
It'll just destroy that. Or a big dog will kill a little dog.
What's
if we just
wild-
let dogs take over the world,
Dude, it's crazy that dogs are derivatives of wolves.
Some of them, you know what's even crazier is how fucked up we made some wolves for our own reasons. Like the pug. Mm-hmm. The pug was originally a war dog.
A huge dog.
It used to be a huge dog, made those
In
jaw
China?
was bred that way. Yeah, so that it could chomp skulls, bro. And now it's now everyone's we got to stop breeding pugs because they're all dying.
They all have breathing problems.
Oof, it's sad.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've met my girlfriend's pug before. He's
Yeah, no.
always, when he's sleeping, he's snoring up a storm, and it worries me, dude. A dog, nothing should ever have that flat of a face.
Does he have sleep apnea?
Yes, I'm sure he does.
That's fat. That's fat. That's fat.
Pugs are the William Hungs of dogs.
That's messed up.
Is that messed up? Can I not say that?
That's pretty messed
They
up, dude.
have
It's
an
pretty
equally
racist.
flat face. Is that messed up?
I love all shapes and sizes of faces.
Oh, do you? Do you? I've heard you on
Except
multiple
for
accounts.
concave faces.
Which probably don't, like moon faces?
I just imagined a cartoon of somebody whose face. Anyways, guys, so we're not going to talk about anything relevant on this show.
Yeah, I mean, you know the title.
Well, I do have an agenda here. Christian, what's new, buddy?
That's the agenda. It's just like, hey, what's new? Dude,
It's actually a blank piece of paper.
wearing shorts more often, dude.
Good for you. Yeah, you know, I remember there was years where you wouldn't wear shorts.
I was on the sweaty calf squad.
And how does it feel to be not?
Much better. The air is coming up through the inner thigh. Everything is being ventilated. It's
Wait till you find
a
out
good day.
about kilts.
Have you ever worn a kilt?
No, I don't wear dresses.
No, you've never worn a dress before. Come
I
on,
didn't
you were
say
in theater,
that.
dude.
I didn't say I've never worn a dress.
We were
before.
in one particular segment. I don't know. It was like some charity show in high school where we had to dress up as women.
A charity show?
I forget what it was. I don't know. Yeah, dude, we
Powder
had to
Puff?
dress up as
You mean
we've
Powder
definitely done
Puff
Powder
cheerleading?
Puff. You were such a pretty girl.
I was an ugly girl.
You
Stop
were
it.
gorgeous.
I was an ugly girl.
Because you got the mole like Marilyn Monroe. And so
is that what it is?
you throw a wig on there. Bada bing, bada boom.
No, you're making me sick. That's gross. And now I don't know what to do because I'm thinking about me as a lady and it makes me gross.
What's new with you, dude?
Nothing's new with me. Same.
That's the rudest way.
to answer.
The rudest way
Just
to
like
answer such a polite
instantly
question.
lead it up to the next level and be like,
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
First of all, don't touch me.
The most polite way you could say what you just said is same old, but you escalated
I'm
it.
the same old.
I don't like the way you say
You don't like
things,
that one
dude.
either? I do want to say, I was looking at some of our numbers and I wrote down some of our fun ICBTB facts
Okay.
that I wanted to throw at you here.
Okay. Throw them at me.
We've now been doing this podcast for a year, a little over a year now.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for celebrating with us, people.
Why are you not excited? Your energy is so weird.
So,
Just sad for the rest of this episode.
We have been producing episodes for 368 days now. We have been in 46 different countries. I wrote this a couple of days ago. I'm realizing now that this is a couple of days old. We've been in 46 countries. We had our biggest month, where we had 1,043 downloads. We had our lowest month, where we only had 381 downloads.
Aww.
That was in September of 2019.
Aww.
Biggest month was March of 2020. Thank you, Quarantine. Our most downloaded episode of all time, would you like to guess?
Is it no longer Murder Mystery? Or live Q&A?
It is episode 1, Murder Mystery.
Okay.
264 downloads.
A lot of people like to start from the beginning and work their way up.
Highly Irrelevant had 21 downloads on its first day, so thank you everybody who listened to that on its first release. We have had over 9,000 downloads as a whole of a show. So, 46 different countries, 9,000 downloads. I'd say that's pretty fun, bro.
Yeah, man. Check us out on YouTube. I know I've seen that you guys kind of stop by and check us out. You guys want to see our faces as we speak, which I can't blame you for. I think that we are facially symmetric, and I think that we are not ugly.
Speak for yourself.
You think you're ugly?
I am ugly.
What's your favorite trait about yourself?
My personality.
Physical trait.
My face.
Your overall face?
I don't know, bro. Honestly, okay, give me a second.
Giving you a second.
What is my favorite trait?
Yeah.
Physical trait.
Your physical trait. Favorite physical trait about yourself?
Physical trait. I guess I have good hair.
You do have good hair. You got a hairline like a thumbnail, my friend.
Thanks.
Because thumbnails, they're static and they don't
Isn't
move.
towhead like an insult, though?
What?
Towhead?
I'm not saying you got a toe head. That's a different thing. No one should ever look like a toe. If
Yeah,
you look like a
means
toe, you're fucked up.
Towhead means you're like blonde.
What?
You never heard that?
Hell no.
Because you're like, it's like when you see a little blonde kid who's got like a buzz cut, right? He just spent the summer at the lake. He's all tan, but the hair is almost white. He looks like a toenail where it's like skin color and then really white on top. He looks a towhead.
That's such an odd observation.
You've never heard that?
No, I've never heard of that. And I'm not calling little blonde kids a towhead.
Well,
not in this day and age.
We also had a discussion recently, guys, where you're not allowed. We think there's no reason why you as a grown man, you could ever yell, "Hey, little boy."
Of course not.
Hey,
no,
boy.
There's no way. If you're in that situation, get out. Get out. Little boy, get out. And you, if you're predatory, stop yelling at this little boy.
Yikes.
Yeah, we don't condone that kind of behavior here at ICBTB.
No, but we do condone downloading and subscribing to our podcast, guys. We want you guys to be there when we release episodes as soon as we release them. So in order to do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or hit that follow button on Spotify or
hit
whatever.
that subscribe button on YouTube.
That too. And the little bell, I believe it's a bell.
Bing, bing, bing.
And then, and Twitter, Instagram, yada, 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 blah, 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 boobity, boobity, bop.
That's really rude how you're telling them to follow us.
I'm trying to play it cool.
Are you playing? Dude, you're wearing a shirt right now that has my face on it.
Yep.
In full color. It's a shirt that Melissa took. I'm very fond of that picture,
Thanks.
actually.
I was trying to find one with your beard.
People thought I looked like a caveman with a beard.
I like you with the beard.
Of course. This is the thing. A lot of my guy friends love me with a beard.
I like the way it felt on my balls.
Shut up. That is the most disgusting thing you could say.
You know where I got the inspiration for this shirt?
Where?
40-year-old virgin.
Does he wear
Paul Rudd's wearing a shirt of his own face.
Of his own face?
It's his employee of the month.
Why didn't you print out your own face? Is that too vain?
Because I don't like my face.
What? You just said your face is your favorite part of your...
I said my hair.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wow, you don't even listen.
I was listening. I just forgot.
You don't even listen. Auditions for a new host coming out soon.
And you and your new co-host still record at my place?
Christian, can we borrow your house?
No.
You're still be the producer.
No, what the? Still make me do work?
Would you be one day in the future? Let's say like we find somebody who's like, hey, we'll market your show, but Christian's got to get the fuck out. We have John Stamos. He wants to do it. But
in my place?
But we want Christian to still be on board and like help produce.
Would I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. No.
Really?
Not this show. I'd be down to produce like another show. Like to produce like if you and Otis wanted to have like
John Stamos wants to
segment.
sing the theme song and take your spot.
He wants to take Uncle Jesse,
Yeah.
who's already lived a lavish life,
Yep.
wants to hit up this small town podcast and just kick out me.
You'd become the guy who like has a mic and speaks sometimes.
No,
Like,
I don't
we'd
want to
throw
be
it
the
to-
sometimes
You'd
guy.
be the Otis guy. We'd throw it to you like, right, Christian? And you'd be like, right, guys.
Right.
Anyway, so Mr. Stamos, when you were on Full House,
Every episode is about him on Full House.
one question on Fuller House, one question on Full House.
Oh gosh, I don't know how I feel about these new, not spin-offs, but continuations.
Fuller
of,
House is over now.
Yeah, there's Fuller House. Girl Meets World was a thing.
That wasn't bad though. That was good for little girls who liked the Disney Channel.
Yeah, I mean, but
But it's not the same. But we're watching it saying it's not the same like Boy Meets World. But it's not even trying to be. They're making their own Disney show.
It's completely different.
But they're using a property that's already
but
established.
let's think about like Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World had some very suggestive themes to it, right?
Well, and it also ran for decades.
I wouldn't say decades.
Yeah, it started when he was in middle school and went all the way through to college.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, maybe a little over a
So
decade.
a decade and then some.
Not multiple decades.
I would even venture to say, hang on,
What?
it took place in 3 decades.
Shut
It started
up,
in
dude.
the 80s, ended in 2000.
Fred Savage, who did not end. No, it did not start in the 80s.
When did it
fool.
start?
It like early 90s, and it ended like either late 90s or early 2000s, dude.
It was in the 2000s when it ended because they went to college, bro.
Dude, I'm thinking 9 or 10 years. I think 9 seasons.
I would say 10. I would even say maybe 11. 11 tops.
Are you just trying to win this?
I'll win everything.
You went from decades, and no, you don't. You went from
11 would be
decades.
2 decades. That takes place in 2 decades.
No,
10 years is a decade, then
This
11 is the start of a new
semantics,
decade.
dude. That
2
is semantics.
decades.
I'm not talking this much.
You've been alive for 3 decades.
I'm not 30, dude.
No, but you've been alive for the 90s, the thousands, the teens, and now we're in the 20s. You've technically been alive for 4 decades.
I've been alive for 2 decades and some.
4 decades.
I don't know, man.
You hear what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Do you
Doesn't
understand?
mean I'm listening to
Do
what
you
you're saying.
understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
You cannot quote.
Speaking of
Chris
Rush
Tucker.
Hour, I found a movie with fucking Jay Leno and Mr. Miyagi from 1989, and we got to do this film.
That's the craziest mashup ever.
They're cops.
Jay Leno
Jay Leno
and Mr. Miyagi. Oh, what the heck?
It's got to be next
How
on
is
our
Jay
list.
Leno a cop? Can he fit his head through a shirt? Because that fool got some big head.
And he also has a giant cranium.
He's a big cranium, and he has a concave face. Jay Leno
Yes,
has a concave face. If you were to put Jay Leno's face up to a wall,
potato?
his chin would hit the wall
chin and forehead.
before his nose.
His chin and forehead would be touching the wall.
Yeah.
But his nose wouldn't.
He would never be able to lick a wall. If you put Jay Leno's
Hey,
face,
Leno, lick that wall, bitch.
no, I don't wanna.
That's a really good Leno.
No, I got 47 cars, 47 muscle
47 million.
I
He has-
believe it, dude.
He has one car from every year that cars were created since the steam engine car.
God, dude.
'Cause isn't that fucking
Since
insane?
the steam
Yes.
engine car?
Yes. He has a motorcycle that's made from the engine of a jet plane.
Uh-huh.
He has a motorcycle that's made from a tank. He has a fucking car that runs on water. He has fucking everything.
That's I believe it, dude. I hear he's a douche
Yeah.
in real life. I
Well,
mean, with the guy that's had such a
when you're getting
lavish
paid
life of full of fame.
Millions and millions of dollars just to sit around and pretend like you want to talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think Jimmy Fallon? I think that he's probably my favorite late night talk show host.
No, I think it rotates for me. I think Conan.
Oh, Conan's such a good
Conan's
one,
really
too.
good, but sometimes Conan gets like right now. I'm not a fan of Conan's show because it seems like he's trying too hard. Like sometimes Conan has that try too hard attitude. But that's Conan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like Conan when he's not trying.
I was listening to a podcast where Conan does try super hard because he's trying to uphold the standard, and he is very insecure. It was like Sona, his assistant, was talking about him, and she was talking about how he is that kind of insecure kind of performer where he tries hard in everything he does. And I think I completely get that. Like, if you are trying too hard,
Yeah, and we know he's got a troubled like life and a troubled backstory. Like, you know, like we know all the things that went through with him and Leno, and all of the work that he put into, and having the thing that you think you had, or having the thing that you think you wanted for so long suddenly be ripped from your hands. You know, it's he has an interesting story, but I do think it's a big politics game being a late night host. What we don't realize is like even Johnny Carson had to fight to get that role. And Johnny Carson now is like the watermark of what a late night host can be.
yeah.
And even when he first got the job, everyone was like, Carson's going to take over the late night show? Like, it was a big deal. So, you know, it's all perspective. I recently watched, this is a weird turn. I recently watched Al Pacino's Merchant of Venice, which we'll get to it later when we talk about the movie that we did this week. But watching that and then watching the movie this week, very different things. In The Merchant of Venice, he's playing, what is his name? he plays the Jewish trader, so he's got all the money. Do you know The Merchant of Venice, the Shakespeare play?
No.
This guy falls in love with this woman, and he has to pay money. You give money to the father. What's that called when you like give him a tithing to the father? But he doesn't have any money, so he's loaned this money from this Jewish banker, played by Al Pacino.
Okay.
Anyways.
What was your point with that?
I have no idea.
It was the politics of talk show hosts. You're going to tie that in somehow.
Wow.
What a weird thing. Like, okay, it's all about Johnny Carson. By the way,
Also,
watch this Al Pacino movie.
Actually, I just wanted to talk about The Merchant of Venice, guys. Check out Al Pacino's Merchant of Venice. Also, Jeremy Irons is in it as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Ray Fiennes' son plays Bassino. Incredible.
I do want to revert back to talk show hosts. That's crazy that it gets political. It seems like it's so much fun, but the pressure to be restricted by a network, right? And I think that's why podcasts have flourished in the past years.
I think not even just a restriction of the network, but the consistency of having to do it every single night. 5 nights a week.
Right. That's right.
You know?
Trying to find new segments. I mean, but luckily they have a full-on team.
Every day you have to walk in, find something funny to write about and talk about.
Yeah.
Do a monologue, do a bit. Now you have to do an interview.
Exhausting, man.
Now you have to bring on this actor, this juggler, or this fucking kid doing magic. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
That's why I think Jimmy Fallon's good at it, because it seems like he genuinely cares about all these people who go on.
Yeah.
I wonder how much screaming he does at home when no one's around.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to know about Jimmy Fallon.
Because with that level
what
of
kind of
pressure,
stab room does he have built under his house where he can just let all of his aggression out?
well, yeah, because America can't see that side of Jimmy Fallon.
Where does he get his aggression?
But we
out?
all have those human flaws, you know? A lot of people think that I'm super duper nice and, you know, they always see me singing or
Dancing.
performing improv on stage. Never dancing because I don't like to dance.
I've seen behind the curtain. I've seen what you've done to that toilet, so I know the real you.
What the fuck does that mean? You can't judge a man by his shits.
Actually, that's exactly what you should judge a man by.
No.
You should
Bowel
only judge a man
movements-
by his shits.
I mean, yeah. Gut health is important.
You know a lot about a man based on his shits.
You can tell if they have enough kombucha,
Fiber.
probiotics.
Do they believe in exercise?
Do you believe in kimchi?
Do you drink water?
Do you?
How much water?
And are you the type of person that poops immediately when you get that feeling, or do you
like
hold it a
vegetables?
little bit?
Do you eat vegetables? What kind of vegetables?
Are these questions for me now, or is this questions to the whole?
General questions.
General questions. Yeah. So think about your gut health. Crazy messages we have on this podcast
You know what?
now.
This is highly irrelevant,
Exactly.
and this is what you get. Yes, it's a free fucking show, so suck my dick.
Yeah. It does feel. Don't. I'm not gonna say yeah to that. Don't condone to sucking Alejandro's dick.
Oh,
When's the last time you got fellatio?
stop! We're not keeping that. We're not going into this.
I know. I'm kidding. That was a joke. I would be pissed if you actually like said December 3rd.
Well, your mom was downstairs.
I'm gonna show her this part of the podcast. She's never gonna let you inside. Stop. You're disgusting, dude. You're
I didn't
disgusting.
even say anything that time.
No, but you click. Sometimes doing like the finger bang clicking thing, it's worse than words.
Well, it's up to your interpretation what that means.
You know, I wanted to talk about something. I was looking at my Facebook memories are a thing.
Oh, are they?
And they were showing me the shit that I would post on my wall when I was in high school.
Yuck.
And why was I such a simp? Why was I putting my feelings out there about some girl that I had a crush on that didn't like me back?
You know, Facebook we thought was a private forum.
No, the most public forum there is. You might as well get on top of a mountain with a megaphone and start shouting.
No, because nobody's around to hear that. This is worse.
Yeah,
now
you're right.
just sending it straight to their phone.
Straight, yeah. Everyone can see it. It is immortalized.
Do you remember when you used to have to like text Facebook? You could like text the status to Facebook and it would post for you.
No, I
ever
never
do that?
took advantage of that. Everything was always I did on a
to do that.
PC.
I used to text my statuses to Facebook and then it would bloop, bloop.
Off the top of your head, what is the cringiest status
God.
you think you've posted?
They're bad ones.
They are?
I can't even think of them now, but there are some bad ones.
Would you ever be the type of person to
Yes.
really put your feelings out there?
No.
You feel frustrated one day and you're
Yes.
like,
Man, you'll
man,
never know.
how come people... And it's always something very
Or
ambiguous.
like a music quote. Sun's going down. Times are getting hard.
I see your red door and I want it painted black.
Painted, ...
Let them guess like they don't know the song.
Gravity, ...
Like, this guy must be real sad.
Or when you post like a link to a video or something.
Yeah.
But now the video is no longer available for viewing. So it's just like the status is just like exactly how I feel. And then it's like video unavailable. It's like, how did I feel? How did I
don't
feel
know.
back then?
Dude, it's crazy. I tried logging
All
on.
the comments will be like, whoa, man, like, what's going on? Like, hit me up, bro. And it's just like, what was going on?
We need more context. I was trying to log into my MySpace the other day. It exists, but they got rid of everything.
Well, because now it's better. We should actually maybe get back on MySpace for this.
What, can you
because now
promote
it's
a podcast?
It's a content creator platform now.
Really?
Yeah, so it was, at least that's how they rebranded it, was a content creator place where you could meet other content creators and build them. But so was Vero, I think it's what it's called. But like, as far as I know, only Zack Snyder's on Vero. So,
What is Vero?
Vero was like somewhere between Vimeo and Instagram.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so like a social networking, post your videos type of platform?
Yeah.
Okay. That's odd that I've never heard of it.
Well, you live under a rock.
Yeah,
Also.
dude, I'm Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Quick, favorite SpongeBob character?
Patrick.
I like Old Man Jenkins.
Easily. That's the guy. I love young people.
How many times we got to teach you this lesson, old man?
What's crazy is that at our age, at a healthy age of 26 and 27.
SpongeBob season 1 and 2, impeccable comedy. And that's why it stuck with us.
Well,
because it's good jokes.
What they did right is that it was marketable to both children and subtly marketable to their parents.
I disagree. And I wholeheartedly disagree. SpongeBob was never marketed to our parents.
You don't think so?
They didn't even try to get our parents involved. That's why our parents were just like, yeah, I guess my son likes SpongeBob. That's the thing that my kid likes. What SpongeBob did that was good was it left a lasting impression, so that now that we are adults now and having our own children and our children are watching SpongeBob, now it's a thing that we relate to our children. Just like Pokemon, just like fucking Game Boys, just like fucking Nintendo, all that fucking shit that we had as kids that's now having a resurgence because our kids are doing it or our generations of kids are doing it. It's just a new way for our parents.
I see what you're saying.
Our parents trying to relate to us was like getting us into Little League and like teaching us how to fucking, do shit like that because that's what they did when they were kids. Well, what did we do when we were kids? We played fucking video games and traded Pokemon cards and
stayed inside.
Exactly.
Did all that stuff. I don't know.
I didn't stay inside. I still played sports, but
there's a lot of logic in what you're saying, but I think not necessarily that they were. That's why I said indirectly marketing it to the parents. It's the type of show where kids could be watching in the living room already. The parents peek in to just see like what the kids are watching, and they kind of laugh too.
No way, dude.
You don't think so?
My parents never laughed at SpongeBob.
Really?
It was a Sponge, and even now, watch a SpongeBob episode now, and you will not think it's funny. You'll think it's obnoxious, annoying, and stupid but children love it because it's made just for children.
But there are subtle jokes like, Patrick, your genius is showing.
That's old SpongeBob.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's old SpongeBob. But even then, that was for us to find out later. I don't think those jokes were in there for the adults.
Those were seeds that were planted for us to learn when we grow up.
As opposed to like Toy Story 1, which has jokes for the adults that are in the audience watching this movie with the kids, as opposed to Shrek and Shrek 2 that has jokes for the adults.
They did that really good
on purpose. SpongeBob made jokes for kids, tailored for kids, and then as we get older, we can go back and see those jokes and then put our own context into it and make it into the joke that we wanted it to be or want it to be.
But now SpongeBob is not even the same thing anymore.
It's a completely different show.
They have a different team of writers, right?
I think the movie, the creator passed away. So Nickelodeon owns it out right now. I think the movie was like the turning point. When the SpongeBob movie came out,
yeah,
that's when SpongeBob shifted from our generation to this new generation of SpongeBob. Because even the animations are different. The animators have changed for sure a million times.
Oh, I'm sure they've updated.
If you put a picture side by side of SpongeBob, of course, episode 1, but like SpongeBob as we knew him and SpongeBob now, he's brighter yellow. His teeth are more buck. His eyes are bugging out more. Like they've made it more cartoony.
I always thought it was super interesting to always compare and contrast like the very first season of certain animations of like let's take Peter Griffin and Lois. First season of Family Guy, latest season of Family Guy.
I just watched like season 2 and 3 of Family Guy.
And the animation's completely different.
Not only that, the characters are completely
Mila
different.
Kunis is not.
She wasn't
Meg at first, right?
No, the Gretchen Wieners from Mean Girls.
Oh, that was Meg at first?
That was the original
Wild.
Meg.
Even Stewie's character development completely different.
Yeah, totally. Dude.
Stewie at the first season was a diabolical man-child.
The first 5 or 6 seasons, because Family Guy's been on for teen seasons now, maybe even 20.
Oh, yeah.
So
it started in 1999?
I think.
Yeah.
So watching the old ones now, it still holds up for the most part. There are some dated jokes, but even like the dated jokes are still relevant.
Yeah, well, because it was always pop culture references, everything.
The times have changed. Like some of the jokes are very different. But yet I have found, and watching more Family Guy on Hulu and stuff like that, they do like what SNL does is where they will recycle bits. And I don't know if they're purposely, all right, time to redo this bit again, or if it's just like, hey, you know what kind of fits this joke, and then it's just like very similar to the joke that they had made 5-6 years earlier because it was the same thing. A politician did something stupid, and like you know what I mean, or like we're at war again, so they make fun of the bad guy. You know, it's like it's very simple.
Something that's also drastically changed in content and animation is The Simpsons. Like the very first, I think, like episode of The Simpsons, every character looked completely different. Oh, it was a completely
drastically
different,
yeah,
drastic. And I think it's interesting that how many, and it's a thing on the internet. People think that The Simpsons predicts the future.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that. Like
it's just a lot of cartoons, and then eventually it all lines. That's what I think. I think it just lines up.
Coincidental.
Yeah. I do like The Simpsons for the fact that there are so many seasons, and there's like 2, maybe even 3 golden eras of The Simpsons where they were really good, and then like when like Conan was a writer again. When Conan was like coming up and writing on The Simpsons and doing stuff, when they originally started, that was very funny, and then they kind of fell off. And then they came back in like the late 2009-10 era, came back again really strong, and then the movie came out and they kind of dropped off again. And then they came back again really strong. So like they've had these waves in their career.
Movies fuck up some shows, dude.
Well, the Simpsons movie was just like a season of The Simpsons. You know what I mean? It was just like a 2.5 hour or an hour and a half
all put into one with like just a crazy plot.
Yeah, it was just a really long. Same thing with like Ted. Ted is just a long episode of Family Guy.
Oh, I fucking love Ted.
But yeah,
pretty
Ted
much.
2 now is different. Ted 2,
I have never seen the second one.
I think is a more Ted movie as opposed to where Ted is just like a Family Guy episode, because like everyone who voices in Family Guy is in Ted, and then like 3 of those people came back for Ted 2.
You know what made Ted work for me was Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
Mark Wahlberg playing that character of like the angry straight man. You know, like who he is in The Other Guys, where Will Ferrell is pretty much, dude. He is just upset at everything. It's just him reacting at the wackiness of the world around him. Mark Wahlberg is so fucking funny in that sense.
You know who probably thinks he's not funny? That store clerk he almost beat to death.
Really?
Yeah, he's not allowed to own a gun because he has a felony on his record. Mark Wahlberg almost beat a man within an inch of his life.
Oh, this is when he was young.
Yep.
Yeah, which is why he went to jail.
Correct.
Worked out, got really buff, became Marky Mark.
Exactly.
You know,
that's why he had street cred.
Marky Mark has a workout video.
Yeah, I've seen it.
We should do it.
You know, if I can get abs like that, did you see his Calvin Klein model, his spread on Calvin Klein?
No,
because he was the Calvin Klein like poster boy for like 2-3 years.
I wouldn't be surprised, dude. That guy's fit.
And then back then he was even fitter.
What is he? He started a club called the 4 a.m. Club. He wakes up at 4 a.m. and he gets all his shit done. And he goes to sleep at like 8 p.m.
That's because he does cocaine.
I don't think he does cocaine, man.
Well, according to his Marky Mark raps, he's DRUGGIEY free.
Yeah, of course, at the time. I mean, like, back then, I'm sure he did all the shit that he needed to get out of his system. But now he has a successful, healthy, organic hamburger line and restaurant.
That's his brother.
Is that his brother?
He doesn't own it.
He has no association with it?
No, he's a partial owner of it, but that's not, he has nothing to do with Wahlburgers.
Wasn't he supposed to have, was Wahlburgers, not Wahlburgers, but didn't he have his own reality show, like similar to the Kardashians for a little bit?
Wahlburgers was a TV show. And he was on it sometimes when he was like at the restaurant, but even then they're like, Marky's never around. He's always like filming movies and shit like that. But when he shows up, he always like, oh yeah, I'm the big dick around here. And the guy's like, no, this is my fucking restaurant.
It's funny that you say that he's the big dick around here because he was in Boogie Nights.
And I'm the big fucking dick. I got the big dick.
And if you guys haven't seen Boogie Nights,
it's not his real penis.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, they just
that's
photoshopped it on there somehow.
No, rubber penis.
Rubber penis.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I bet you that
just
rubber
like
penis.
Jonah Hill's rubber penis in Wolf of Wall Street.
Just like Will Ferrell's multi-$1,000 balls from Step Brothers.
Crazy, huh?
And he says that is his favorite souvenir from any movie he's ever done. He's kept
Sicko. it. This week, guys, we watched a film. What was it called? Oh,
The Devil's Advocate,
Jesus,
dude.
yeah, dude. We watched The Devil's Advocate, guys.
It's a heavy film. It's definitely a heavy film. We're about to record it right now.
It's an interesting film because what I didn't expect was like the graphicness of it. You know what I mean? But it's not graphic for the sake of graphic sake.
No, there's definitely context behind it.
It makes sense, and it pushes the storyline, and it is very necessary, I think, to get you in that frame of mind. But just, word of caution for you guys out there. This is a brutal movie. But it is on Netflix.
Yeah, it's available on Netflix. It has Charlize Theron.
And yeah, it's got Keanu Reeves doing an incredible Southern accent.
And Al Pacino.
Al Pacino doing no accent, but dressing like
well done.
But dressing like old man Scarface. At one point, he's doing a speech, and he has like his hands up. He's wearing like he looks like Scarface. Doesn't he look like old man
Al
Scarface?
Pacino. Yes, because he has the whole. We'll talk about it on the episode.
One thing I do want to say here before we get to the episode is my favorite shot of Al Pacino is right before he sticks his finger in the holy water. He looks down the barrel of the camera.
Oh, and it zooms in.
And he has this smile on his face. I laughed out loud.
Terrifying.
So just
So
know,
funny.
guys, if you get scared at movies like I do, there are funny parts in The Devil's Advocate. You just got to get through a lot of other shit.
You just got to close your eyes and peek through the corner of your hands because it's going to be too scary.
It's brutes.
Something I do with scary movies is I cover my ears because what scares me more than the visuals
Is the sound.
is the sound.
You know what I do with scary movies? I read the plot. I read the plot first, so I know what's going to happen.
Dude, I have this coworker. He pisses me the fuck off. He told me
Say his name. First and last. Social security
Jonathan
number.
Adrian. Stephanus Jonathan Adrian. You know who you are,
We're going
man.
to have to bleep that.
Nah, he doesn't give a shit, dude.
We should.
Okay, bleep. You know who you are, but what he does, he looks up plots on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
For Breaking Bad, he watched the first 2 episodes. He was like, it seems interesting. It's too slow. Read everything else on Wikipedia.
Sounds like that guy should read a book. Sounds like books are more his speed.
He reads a lot of books,
It's
too.
that seems like, that's a book reader's version of it.
Oh, gosh. He pisses me off.
Hey, you know what? Fuck him. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Goodbye, guys. That's what I mean. We got
right.
shit to do.
Yeah,
Devil's Advocate.
Shout-outs.
Oh, fuck. Yeah,
Before we
shout out. My shout out here is for New Crits on the Block.
Yes, New Crits on
We
the
talked about
block.
this, and I'm looking at a blank piece of paper. I don't
Yeah,
know.
where are you getting your notes from? We know them.
New Crits on the Block is
They're a D&D podcast. You
Yep.
could find them
Did we
on
talk about them
Instagram.
last week?
No, we did not.
Okay, good. Whew.
Yeah.
They ask a lot of questions on the Q&A. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking about.
They interact with us
but
a
they
lot.
do a D&D podcast. They have a weekly email that goes out if you want to stay up to date on what's going on with their show.
Yeah, they drop an episode every Monday,
Yeah.
so check them out.
If you're into Dungeons or Dragons or both,
Yes,
Give 'em a
that's your
peek.
podcast.
If you like toys,
Yes, we have a friend, Christopher Perry. You could follow his toy photography page at The Creative Chip. He was actually our first guest ever.
he was. Check
last
out
October.
the episode. It was Pinocchio's Revenge.
Yes.
But also check out his photography. He's a
Yeah.
fantastic photographer.
ChristopherPerry.ccf.
And totally worth a couple of likes, a couple shares,
Yeah.
a couple cares, a couple bears.
Yeah, I'm sure he cares for some bears.
Definitely not black bears. Anyways, guys, check out Devil's Advocate. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Can't be that bad, oh,